Hey everybody, welcome to Cater Tots. Today we're going to be doing, hopefully, an acrylic pour painting. I've been watching these on the YouTube for a while now, and so I'm like, I got paint, I got some canvases. The canvases I got are 8x10s. Got them in a 2-pack at the Walmart for $2.57 for a 2-pack. So I got some of that, and then I have all the paints that I'm using today. I have had, except for this, the Apple Barrel matte acrylic paint in white. So I'm going to use for my base today. And then the other 3 colors that I'm going to be using are also from Apple Barrel. Caribbean, it's like a tealy color. I have Kiwi, which is a super limey green color. As you can see, my dog, that's Dave. Dave, come here. And then I have Lime Sherbet, which is another light green color. Shades of lime green are my favorite color in the world. Shh, Dave. And so with that, let's get started, shall we? Now I will say, I'm not a professional painter, but I do a little freestyle painting every once in a while. And so today, I was like, I have the afternoon off. Let's do something fun, shall we? So what I'm going to do is I have my little solo cup here. So I'm going to be mixing it in. In my 3 different colors, I did add a little bit of water. And then I actually was researching the silicone stuff to spray in it. And a lot of people are using like a glue and water mixture. I've had this puzzle spray adhesive for a while, so I thought I'd just, do a little spray shot. Actually, I'm going to spray in my cup real quick. Shake her up real nice, just a nice little spritz in there. Oof, it stinks. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start my mixture. And in my white, I also did a little bit of water in the spray. I did make this thicker, since this will be the base of the painting. I didn't want everything to be super runny. The colors are a little more runny, but the white is the main base, so I'm just going to pour a little bit here in my cup, about like that much, because then the rest of it I'm going to show you guys here in a minute that I'm going to kind of coat around the cup. Dave, what are you doing? Sorry, my dogs think that they need to be where I'm at. Let's see, so you can just see the white in there right now. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of the Lime Sherbet, which is a very super pretty color. We're just going to go ahead and pour some in there. About like that, kind of. And I did, in fact, put a Glad trash bag down. I don't want to get my desk painted. And the second color I'm going to go in with is the Kiwi. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of Kiwi in there. And keep in mind, I am going to, use all of this paint, but I kind of want to layer it. As, I've never done this before. I am more of a acrylic blank canvas, just swish it around and hope for the best type of gal. So this one is the Caribbean blue. I did make a little bit more of the blue, as I have 2 greens. Hopefully this turns out well. Okay, I'm going to give you a little peek inside my cup here. This is what she looks like right now with the 3 colors and a little bit of white mixed in. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more white to the top of it. Just a little bit. Oh, that was a little chunky right there. Must not have mixed it very well. Okay. And then I'm going to go back in, add a little bit more Kiwi. This is my favorite color of all time. I love this color. So you'll probably see this in the future quite a million thousand times. And then I'll add a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to do the Caribbean. Do a little bit more of the Caribbean color. And then I'm going to go back in with the Lime Sherbet. And you can do this with as many colors as you want. For my first one, I decided I should probably keep it a little simple, just in case it, goes badly. And there's just a little bit left in these cups here, so I'm not 100% worried about it. I'm just tap it a little bit, kind of let the air bubbles out. I've seen some people that do this. They blowtorch it afterwards. I'm not gonna blowtorch it. What are you chewing on? Get out. Psst, go away. Sorry, my dogs are chewing on things. I apologize for the interruption. So I'm gonna go ahead, and what you do is you take your canvas. Oops, I got a little paint spot on it already. And then you pick up your cup, and then you just flip it over. Now let's see if I can do this without dropping it. Okay, we're just gonna let him hang out there for a second. And I'm going to take the rest of this white that I saved, and we're kind of going to stir it up a little bit more. And then we're kind of going to pour it around the cup, like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. We'll smooth it out here in a second. And I'll just use my little stick I have here and kind of spread it around a little bit. It doesn't matter if it touches the cup, because you're just probably going to throw the cup away when you're done with it. Kind of just give a nice solid base here. Kind of try to make it evenly. I decided I wanted to start with a small one. Just in case, because this is my very first acrylic pouring painting I've ever done. I wanted to turn out good, but just in case it didn't, I didn't waste a whole lot of paint. And the canvases for the bigger ones are more expensive, obviously. So we're just kind of spreading out. And I, of course, am wearing gloves because I don't want to touch everything and then accidentally, touch myself or accidentally touch... Charlie, get out of here. Sorry, my dogs are being naughty. They usually aren't allowed in my office room, so they're taking every advantage that they can to destroy Mommy's things, be naughty, try to pee on the floor, and we're not having it today, are we, boys? No, Mommy's not having it. Okay, so you don't have to make it perfect. Just kind of a nice, even... It wouldn't even have to be even. Just a nice little coat of white. Okay, so we're just going to... Whew, I'm kind of nervous about this. So we're kind of just going to... Okay, maybe I got a little bit too much paint going on here. But that's kind of the logistic of what it looks like. Actually, I have a great idea. I'll let that sit for a second and get a second canvas. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch the excess paint off of that one with the second one. Let's see if I can do this. Just kind of pick her up gently. Okay, here we go. Okay, as you can see, there's the different colors mixed together. There are a little bit of air pockets for me. Just kind of switch that around a little bit. Okay, not every acrylic pour is going to be super duper beautiful. I do think it's because my green was more runny than the blue color. But we are going to hopefully have a beautiful painting when we're done. So you kind of just pour off the edge. Kind of like so. And I will admit, I got a lot more paint excess than I needed. So this is what we have for the finished product for my very first acrylic pour. As you can tell, it's more green. Next time I will obviously not make the green as thin or use a darker blue or more blue, in fact. Oh, but I will say the canvas underneath looks very, very cool. Kind of just shift it a little bit more so I can get this outer edge covered. And of course you can always just like use your finger, kind of smooth it out. If you have any loose edges like I do. I'm not very good at this, obviously. Okay. So this is my first one, my finished project. Obviously not amazing, but I think it's still pretty cool. It's definitely something unique that I personally have created, so that's what I'm excited about. And I also think I might have had too much white on the canvas. As I said, this is my very first acrylic pour I've ever done, but I will say the canvas from the Catching It looks really cool. Let me just kind of scoot some stuff over here so I can set this one down. I will say this one actually is pretty cool. This has no white paint on it at all, except for what dripped off of the other painting. And as you can probably hear, my dog is chewing on something. And that, I will say, is probably the most annoying sound I have ever heard in my adult life. And it's okay to get a little messy. I'm glad I wore gloves for this experiment, because my hands would be completely covered in paint. And that is not fun. This one you can see a lot more of the blue of the Caribbean. I'm just going to take my finger and kind of dab it to make sure it's evenly covered. And I could probably even just swipe it off that and just do a few dabs there. Since I have so much excess paint right here, I'm just gonna... Hey! Stop! Sorry, my children are misbehaving. Okay, so I think the second one actually turned out better than the first one, because it has more of a detailed pattern to it. As you can tell, this one has definite, blues right here in this corner, whites throughout the middle. It has more marbling. The first one, I think I just had too much paint and it just slid everywhere. So, I think for my very first acrylic pour, I didn't do too bad. So I'm going to take my gloves off, hopefully, without making myself green.